Celebrity divorces we didn't see coming. When it comes to celebrity romances, we're all a little guilty of getting a bit too invested. Who can really blame us when Hollywood has built an empire on the business of selling fantasies of everlasting love and leaving us to look for them in the very people who sell them to us? From red carpet PDA to gushy Instagram posts and dreamy weddings, famous couples have always had a way of making love look cinematic. But between these carefully curated fairy tales, it's easy to forget where the real ends and the real begins. So when these love stories crash and burn, they leave a whole world of people affected, not just the two people at the center of it. The irony of Hollywood is that it's both a farm and a graveyard of love, where endless relationships have grown and been laid to rest. From pairings so iconic they only needed indicative portmanteaus, Tomcat and Brangelina, to marriages so long they seemed to be heading toward forever. Each breakup landed like a thunderbolt among fans who were rooting for their favorite stars. What added to the shock value of many celebrity divorces was the absence of any noticeable cracks in the tale in the period leading up to the announcement that they were parting ways. Here are some celebrity divorces we didn't see coming and how each of the spectacles played out. Read more. https://www.thelist.com/1999169 celebrity divorces didn't see coming news off Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's divorce hit the public like a truck when it was reported in late 2025. TMZ was the first to make this sensational announcement, quoting insider sources that claimed the celebrity pair had been split up for months. The episode didn't just mark the end of their 19-year marriage, but also an era of what secure partnership at the highest peaks of fame could look like. As the press grappled with this bombshell story, social media was ablaze with speculation over what can only be deemed the divorce of the year. Though it seemed to have come out of nowhere, some hawk-eyed fans claimed that Kidman and Urban's divorce was anything but sudden. In a Vogue interview just weeks before her divorce captured headlines, Kidman had given what the magazine described as a wry, rueful response to what life in her 50s was like. "How many times do you have to be taught that you think you know where your life is going, and then it isn't going in that direction?" the actor said. Various reports indicate that Kidman was opposed to the divorce and in favor of saving the marriage. This is not her first rodeo, though. The Big Little Lies star was previously married to actor Tom Cruise in the 90s. Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness. In an industry where short celebrity marriages seem to be the general norm, Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness' 27-year partnership stood out like a breath of fresh air. Since marrying in 1996, the Australian natives had set a new benchmark of love intercontinentally. From growing a family together to dazzling on red carpets and leaving swoon-worthy messages of appreciation for each other on social media, they appeared to be the image of a picture-perfect couple. Until 2023, that is. Our journey now is shifting, and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth, Jackman and Furness said in a statement at the time. Their divorce was made official 2 years after that. While they reportedly remained friendly after parting ways, fans found it hard to reconcile how a pair once known for dispensing precious pearls of wisdom on lasting love could split so suddenly. In 2025, Furness, who had remained tight-lipped on the subject before, made a cryptic statement in the media about the traumatic journey of betrayal, saying she came out on the other side of her marriage with some profound lessons. Sometimes the universe has to create arduous circumstances for us to walk through in order to find our way home, back to our true essence and the sovereignty of self-love, via the BBC. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's saga easily takes the cake as one of the messiest, most drawn-out celebrity divorces of all time. From estranged children to allegations of assault, endless legal battles, and relentless public interest, the downfall of Brangelina, once Hollywood's topmost power couple, had all the makings of a modern tragedy. Their story began coming apart publicly in 2016, 2 years after their marriage, with bombshell reports that Jolie was set to divorce Pitt amid rumors that the Fight Club star had physically attacked his children. While details of the sensational exposé trickled into the public only sparingly, documents later revealed that Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face, per NBC News. At one point, he poured beer on Jolie. At another, he poured beer and red wine on the children. The alleged altercation played out in a flight the family was taking from France to Los Angeles, and, despite conflicting narratives, lodged itself in pop culture as the beginning of the end of Pitt-Jolie's romantic legacy. In succeeding years, their divorce proceedings continued amid high-octane family drama involving custody battles, fresh complaints, and a financial tug-of-war, until Brangelina finally reached a divorce settlement in 2024. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. The end of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's marriage in 2015 was such a significant pop culture event that it practically divided people. On one side was Camp Garner, which sought justice for the 13 going on 30 star who had apparently been blindsided by her husband and his rumored infidelity. Nannygate, as the scandal was dubbed, was theorized on claims that Affleck had cheated on Garner with their kid's nanny. Affleck supporters, meanwhile, challenged the narrative of the two-time Oscar winner willfully destroying his picture-perfect life. Affleck's growing struggles with alcoholism were also understood to have accelerated the divorce. Garner laid at least some of the chatter to rest by telling Vanity Fair, "We had been separated for months before I ever heard about the nanny." Garner and Affleck's story had been worthy of a blockbuster rom-com from the start. In true blue Hollywood style, they met on movie sets, fell in love, married in 2005, and welcomed 3 children together. It seemed like they had cracked the often difficult code to a Hollywood marriage, balancing fame and family all at once. Clearly, all was not well behind the scenes, and their divorce was finalized in 2018. Affleck later made a painful admission to the New York Times about his divorce being the biggest regret of his life. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver's relationship was at one time considered one of Hollywood's sturdiest. A chance meeting between the two in 1977 paved the way for a fairy tale romance to flourish over the next 25 years, during which they welcomed 4 kids together and built an image as the perfect American family straddling the high-profile worlds of entertainment, journalism, and politics. In 2011, their too good to be true story fell apart in the wake of a bombshell revelation. The Total Recall star had secretly fathered a child outside of his marriage. "This has been a time of great personal and professional transition for each of us," said a statement from the couple, days before the reason behind the divorce was made public. Schwarzenegger had reportedly pursued a relationship with a longtime member of the family's staff in the 90s and had a son with her. He broke the news to Shriver only in 2011, after leaving his post as the governor of California. The devastating confession led Shriver to walk out of the marriage, amid a highly publicized series of events. "I wanted to show my daughters and my boys that I could hold myself up with my shoulders back, that I could heal," the journalist recalled on the Oprah podcast in 2025. What kept public interest high was that the Schwarzenegger-Shriver divorce took 10 long years to conclude, owing reportedly to complicated procedures of asset distribution. Reese Witherspoon and Jim Toth. On account of being one of America's foremost sweethearts, Reese Witherspoon's life has always been a topic of major public interest. So when the Legally Blonde star filed for divorce from her husband Jim Toth, just days before their 12th anniversary, press headlines and social media unsurprisingly exploded. "We have enjoyed so many wonderful years together and are moving forward with deep love, kindness, and mutual respect for everything we have created together," a statement from the pair said in 2023, giving little detail about the circumstances of their divorce. Though rumor mills caught whiff of alleged compatibility issues and claims that the couple had grown apart, Witherspoon and Toth maintained a dignified silence on their separation. Court documents mentioned the standard, irreconcilable differences, which celebrity divorce lawyer Peter Walzer told Fox News Digital meant that the parties do not get along. Witherspoon let up a little during a Harper's Bazaar interview. "It's a vulnerable time for me," she said, adding that while she could not control speculation around anything, she could do her best to remain authentic through the noise and use her voice to weigh in on the narrative.